In this video, we're going to go over the SISE PPE directory inventory service use case solution, right? So this is first a directory, and then will become an inventory for usage. So let me explain the big picture. So the SISE is a protected environment that vets users, right, which would be people here, and data suppliers, which are here. So these are data sources over here, and these are data users, right? So the SISE vets those people coming in and vets them coming in. So just as a high level, that's the focus of the SISE. Why is that involved? It's to protect the data that is not public, that is private, and needs to be secured from non-operational use. So the data sources on this side there are public lists. There are a number of states setting up lists, and they're gathering information, connecting people that have PPE or that want to make PPE or that want to convert their business over to PPE manufacturing with agencies and companies that want to do it. And I think it's fantastic. I know a number of states through their commerce departments have already set those up. That's fine. It's focused to a geographic area primarily, but it works great. So you have those public lists are available that work on state sites, but there's also public lists that are out there that you can aggregate yourself. Then there's trade sites, right? Trade associations are trying to figure out how to help their members do that. Then there's private lists, right? These cost money. They have a security piece. These are highly vetted, okay? Not just to determine they're a valid company, but they have valid email, valid contact information. They have valid IP addresses. They're not masking for some overseas outfit. They have a enrollment in a chamber of commerce. There's a number of ways to do that. So these are sensitive, and you have to buy those, right? Then there's associations, and there's other sources that are out there. We all have access to different people that are coming into the market. We need a way to bring them in. So that's the data source piece of this, okay? And there's a number of them. So what we wanted to do is our use case is really helping states and utilities get access to masks and shields and gloves and gowns and hand sanitizer. Those are the 5 products that we're looking at here. So we know there's a big audience out here. These are the organization people who need it. We call these the users, right? So this is FEMA. This is states. This is private sector companies. I was talking to a friend of mine today. They're trying to find PPE so they can open their small business. They have to have PPE. They can't find it, right? So there's a number of use cases out there right now. So the users come together with the data suppliers into this. So we did not want in the SISE, the work group did not want to create something that was out there, kind of another Me Too thing. They want to do something really unique. So here's what they put together. So first of all, you have a library of data sets down here. And they've started with medical PPE providers, then construction PPE providers, which are just as big, if not bigger, but they make a different type of PPE. Then cleaning and disinfectant suppliers, people that come in and clean and scrub your air vents. They scrub your stadiums. They sanitize your schools, your offices, your manufacturing plants, your cars, your vehicles, your trains, your planes, right? These are highly regulated entities, because it just can't be you and I set up a business in the truck and we got brooms and now we can go get it. No, it doesn't work that way. These are sanitize and disinfectant companies that usually provide services to the hospitals. And then there's going to be a number of other things in the future. We don't even know what they are. So the SISE is going to do this. It's going to aggregate the data and vet that data to make sure it's a valid supplier. So what we did was we went to a private source and purchased high-grade reliability data. And what I mean by that? Well, there are 2,000 digital robots that check this data all the time. Twice a year, these folks are called by a call center of 300 agents that call and make sure the name is right, the phone number isn't the fax number, the IP addresses are there, they ping the websites. There's a lot of work. And why? Because they provide this information to Google and other organizations that are paying a lot of money for this, and they want it right, and they can't afford for it to be wrong. So we decided initially to go and start with that. So if you look at the medical and the construction, that is a high dollar, highly reliable sources of information, cross-referenced a number of different ways. And that's how the SISE decided to start. All the other ones can factor in, but they wanted to start there. And that group is right now about 39,000 names within that pool. I think This is about 1,600. That's about 19,000. This is, I don't know, 17,000, something like that. But anyway, it's a good pool. It's not the size, it's the quality, right? So the first thing they decided to do was first, they're going to house this within the SISE. So the offer they're going to create is a SISE sponsored event or offer. And the Rev 1 of the offer is up now at PPE directory.org, right? www.ppedirectory.org. And that is a view-only service. So what does that mean? You come to a site, they're working on it at the making of this video, but you'll be able to log in, create an account, and view the data. Okay? You'll be able to view on a Esri screen the data. You can search around, you can sort. Everything's color-coded, so you know who's a manufacturer, who's a distributor of what. There'll probably be 3 maps, one for medical, one for construction, and one for disinfectant. So that's step 1. It's nice, highly vetted. That's really the unique part about it, but that's where we just begin. So the next thing we're going to do is allow people to download this data into their Esri systems, into their WebEOC systems. And this is really important because bigger organizations want to pull that data into their systems and use it. They don't want to come to our site and take a pad and pencil and paper and, screenshot it and all that stuff. So there's a agreement before anybody comes into this framework. There's a legal agreement people have to sign. Okay, and have to agree to a disclaimer. So once they come in, they'll see this, then they'll be presented with Rev 2. Once that's ready, they can download, and this is a service, right? That's a service fee. This Rev 1 is no cost. Rev 2 is a service that will cost money. All right, it's going to be a subscription fee, and that subscription will tie you into the SISE and all of its data sets. It has hundreds, if not thousands. Many of the solutions that are ongoing, developed by our working groups, access to our partners that develop things and provide brain trust, and then, of course, the ongoing R&D. So that'll be part of the offer is the SISE along with the data download for each one. Then where we're going next is really, to me, very exciting. It's not just, hey, if you get a directory, you still got to call them. You still got to find them and see if they have inventory. So what our private sector guy says, Tom, that's great, but what would be really great is if you could create a service, we can go to a web page, and we'll pay for this, to give us an inventory of what all these folks have, right? Because we'll create a service that will put a page together where these companies can upload daily, hourly, monthly, weekly, whatever they have. We'll create an inventory service so you can go to one place. You can look at the data, download the data, or you'll click on a button and you'll go to a website that'll have the current inventory. You can search by date, you can search by state, you can search by mask, product types, mask, gloves, face shields, hand sanitizer, and gowns, okay? And so all of that is included in the one fee. If we add Rev 4, that'll be included. As we add new data sets, that'll be included. It's a flat fee. Unless it's a premium, cost item, the private sector wants this to be a simple service. And why are we charging a fee? Well, the data costs money, and it costs money to manage the framework. So because we're a nonprofit, we do it at a cost basis. So we have an economic model that can sustain. So what happens after COVID? This service will stay in place. This PPE may go away, and it might just change its name, but we're going to use this for all the data sets we have going forward within the SISE. People that rent, provide, sell, whatever, massive water pumps, commercial generators, ice, dry ice machines. We have thousands of these data sets, right? Massive commercial water pumps. The idea is to vet them and bring them in, be able to create a database you can download the whole nation in, so you don't have to do the research, and then we'll have an inventory capability there as well for each one. So I want to thank the private sector and the states that have been working on this. It is unique. It is national, number one. Number two, all of this will be vetted. Much of the information will be private, high quality grade vetting. We'll integrate all these other things in there as well, but you can rest assured that we're not going to have scammers in here because we screen them a number of different ways. You'll be able to download that data from a CSV file, okay, and then there'll be an inventory page you can go and check. So this is the initiative for the current SISE PPE directory project, and hopefully this video will give you an idea of where we are right now. So if I can just summarize real quick, where we are today is we have Rev 1 working. Today they're tweaking it a little bit. That'll require you to create a SISE account, no charge. So this is free. Okay. You can share that with anybody you want. Okay. As an option from there, people can upgrade and subscribe to a service, which will include all of that. Okay. If they subscribe to the service, they're going to get Rev 2. They can download the data. And when 3 is ready to go, probably sometime in 2 weeks, they'll get access to that at no additional cost. Okay. The private sector is going to do this as a separate service in the future, but right now they're going to do it as a package. And we're very excited about it. It's going to be a low cost item. And basically the private sector said we want it priced so that the first time we use it, we will save 5 to 10 times the amount we paid for it. So that's the factor we're working on. Will it provide, if we're going to charge $1, will it save them $5? Okay, that's the whole point. So anyway, I hope this video helps you understand the service where we are now, and stay tuned for more.